Hello, Tempo family. Welcome to a very special Tempo artist interview. I'm your host, Tiana Colbert, and today Tempo is featuring the three-time Grammy award-winning music sensation Morgan Heritage, Mojo Morgan, Gramps Morgan, and Peta Morgan, the three sons of the legendary Ross Denroy Morgan. Morgan Heritage has been a part of the Tempo Network's movement since Tempo turns one. This outstanding and remarkable family and brotherhood of talented artists are releasing their brand new album, Homeland, this April 21st. Thank you, Morgan Heritage, for joining me today at Tempo Network Studio.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
I'd like to start by asking about this new album, Homeland. Can you tell me about the various tracks that you have on it and what our audience can look forward to hearing?
So the Homeland features the sounds of Africa meeting the sounds of Jamaica. We cover a lot of the different genres that Africa has to offer, and we hope that through this endeavor, we not only maintain the cultural exchange bridge between the continent and Jamaica and the Caribbean at large, we not only bridge the generational gap between the legends and the future legends, but we highlight the reality that African music is more than Afro beats. That's the ultimate goal.
And can you talk to us a little bit about what your genre of music is? Like, how would you describe it that you guys perform?
Well, our genre is basically reggae music, roots reggae music at that. But this new album, The Homeland, it's not a reggae album, it's a world music album. So it's Morgan Heritage stepping out of our genre into another, but we're still comfortable there because it's music and music is what we do.
And Morgan Heritage has been in the music industry for many, many years.
Yes, yes.
Can you guys talk a little bit about how the reggae music industry has evolved over the years?
Well, reggae music continues to grow, and like Mojo always points out that, every other genre of music has been changing over the decades. And it's just for us to allow reggae music to go through its changes, because with every new generation, there's a new sound, a new feel, because they feel it different from the generations before. So reggae music is consistently going to be there. It's always going to be there. But, it's going to go through the changes, and the changes are good. Some people have a problem accepting the change. Some people are loving the change. But the change is real, and it ain't going nowhere.
And right now you guys have two music videos that are currently airing on Tempo, Who They Like You and Just a Number. Can you tell us a little bit about the music video production behind the scenes to do those two music videos?
Well, there's this guy in the band Morgan Heritage named Mojo Morgan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my little brother Mojo has been just fantastic, man. Just trailblazing the way with the creative and the visuals and how we see ourselves connecting with the millennials, like this young generation. We found a way to keep ourselves relevant over 30 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and this album is just part of it. But with the creative part of the videos, him and our friend Jordan, which is a young video director in Africa, have just always come up with these concepts, and sometimes some of them can't really deliver for Mojo, because he's like, can you do this? Can you get this? And we try to hold our music to a certain standard, and we try to do that as well with our videos. So thank you to the World Tempo Network for continuing to support our new music, our new ventures, and this amazing album, Homeland. It's a conceptual album. It's not just, like Peter said, it's not your normal Morgan Heritage reggae album. It's a concept album where we open up the doors to world music. So Mojo's really trailblazing that part when it comes to making the videos, and they're looking great. So I hope the Tempo family love Who They Like You, and we got And Just a Number. We got more videos coming, so stay tuned.
And you guys worked with a large number of various artists on this album. Can you tell us a little bit about all the different artists that you worked with and how you guys collaborated?
So when we created the music, we didn't set out to do as many collaborations that we ended up with. It was more about trying to capture the bongo flavor, which is East African sound, the amapiano, which is South African sound, you know, incorporate different tribal and traditional sounds, the original music from each country or region within Africa. But while we were traveling, we made so many friends along the way. So we connected with Japreza from Zimbabwe, Ice Queen Cleo and Maki 2 from Zambia. Those were some of the early recordings on the album at the beginning of the journey that made us realize we could do something outside of the box and step away from our comfort zone, which is traditional reggae music. So doing that, we ended up reaching out to some of our older friends like Alpha Blondy, Youssou Endure, Bone Tequila, Baby Sham, Beenie Man, Shaggy, Capleton.
Wow.
And we made sure that because music consumers are changing every 10 years, that we incorporate the youths like Jashi, Ritical Ayaktian from Jamaica, Popcaan, but also Stone Boy, Shatta Wale from Ghana, Rocky Dawuni, who is also a legend from Ghana. You have Mádé Kuti, which is the grandson of Fela Kuti.
Wow.
He's the son of Femi Kuti. And the list is pretty advanced. Otile Brown from Kenya, Eddy Kenzo, Jose Chameleon from Uganda, Rafnan from Ethiopia, and we even feature Jenkoman from Germany, representing Europe.
One of my favorite things about Morgan Heritage is hearing how you guys harmonize together musically. It flows so beautifully, and I feel like you each bring something that contributes to that beauty and that masterpiece when you have that finished product. Could each of you tell me what you feel you contribute musically when you guys are harmonizing together that adds up to this beautiful masterpiece of Morgan Heritage?
Well, I mean, we've been singing together since we were children. And over the years, I've developed a high range. Gramps has a bigger voice than mine and a deeper range. So the contrast between my voice and Gramps' voice, it's been done in music before, and it's been very noticed by people like when Michael and Jermaine used to sing together, the Jacksons, the OJs, Eddie Levert and his partner when they sang together. Even in New Edition, when it was Ralph and Bobby, and then it was Ralph and Johnny. So that high voiced singer and that big voiced low singer, it's a thing that's noticed through history. Even Bob Marley and Peter Tosh had that chemistry. And myself and Gramps, we kind of have that chemistry as well.
And you guys are on tour as well.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about all the different locations that you want to visit during this tour and what you'll be doing there?
Well, last year was a very emotional tour with the loss of our father, rest in peace, Denver Morgan. And we were still able to go out because before the pandemic, you know, Mojo was in touch with the booking agency in Europe. So we still went out last year and did a lot of European. I think we were in Europe for 8 weeks. Probably more. So this year really want to focus on the Caribbean. So we'll be doing shows in Belize. We're coming to the city. Cayman Islands, we're coming there. That's going to be a great show. Martinique, we're coming there. And Jamaica, Reggae Some Fest. We are coming July 22nd. Excited about that. I want to congratulate Joseph Bogdanovich and his whole Down Sound team, Shatta, Burrell, and just to preserve a festival like that in Jamaica, because a lot of festivals are not happening anymore around the world, especially through the pandemic. So we're looking forward to perform live and really returning to a lot of stages. But those are just some of the shows we got coming up. The United States will be performing at the New Orleans Jazz Festival alongside some amazing artists, John Baptiste, Ed Sheeran, just to name a few. Just to represent the Caribbean and reggae music in this arena is incredible. Reggae in the Desert will be performing. So for all our tour dates, just go to Morgan Heritage Music and see where we're going to be showing up next. But it is a lovely thing. We love to be on stage and try to maintain the excellence of Caribbean music.
Love that.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud to have you guys as that representative.
Yes. You're welcome.
And you mentioned the loss of your father. I'm very, very sorry. You have my condolences.
Thank you, man.
What's something that you feel that you miss about your dad and that wisdom that he left for you?
He has done so much. And for the last 10 years, he always used to say, boy, there's only one thing left for me to teach you guys, and it's what to do in the bedroom, and I can't show you that. It was a joke amongst us, right? He was said, I've taught you everything. How to be good, how to be kind, how to be loving, how to take care of each other, how to show gratitude, and most of all, how to make sure God is first in your life. That's what our Father taught us. And those principles have carried us so far. And as a Rasta man, as a man of God and a musician, he's brought us some of the best teachers in music. I can name them all, from, Thelonious Monk to Jackie Matu to Miss Full of Love to George Myers to, so many. He believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. And I implore all the other kids to kind of, the other parents that are people that are becoming parents today, to invest in your kids. It's important. And we'll never forget. And like I said earlier last year, touring, it was the first tour we have done without him being here on this planet. So some of the things we miss is like giving that report. Oh, the show go, and now you get off a stage and it's like, yeah, he's not here, but we feel him. That's one of the things I can say that with all my brothers and sisters, we can say we still feel his spirit with us. We can feel that. If there's anything to feel, he's definitely showing off in that way. Just visiting each one of us, maybe in dreams or maybe a moment or just a reflection. And that's how our ancestors still are with us through memory. So that's the biggest part I miss about him.
Morgan heritage is like his living legacy.
Yeah. His family is his legacy, but I think the Morgan heritage is part of the pearl of his life, because he was a father that stepped aside and put his own career on pause after touring with Frankie Beverly and Maze and bands like Slave and Curtis Blow, who's one of the forefathers of hip hop music, and just said, I'm gonna invest in my kids, and totally forgot about, his career as an artist. So now it's our duty to continue on his legacy. So right here on Tempo, we're going to be telling more stories about Ras Denroy Morgan, because people really know Denroy Morgan as the father of Morgan heritage, but not the man that gave you the song, I'll do anything for you. The guy that really kicked down the door to show Caribbean artists that they can break through. This is a story that we must tell. Because before there was Shaggy that, sold 10 million records, before there was Sean Paul, Beenie Man, Bone Tequila, Shabba Ranks, you name it, Buju Banton, that broke through and got mainstream records. Our father was one of the first. He was, I remember, I'll never forget that, even in that era, I understand it now as a man and as an artist. But I remember when my father put out the record Make My Day and was signed to RCA Records, right? None of that was happening before my father. So it gave other record labels and executives the insight to say, hey, maybe we should try this Caribbean thing and open the door for people like Rihanna, people like Eddie Grant. We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue. Then all of a sudden, Caribbean artists started to get signed. Caribbean Queen, Billy Ocean, so I want to, tip the hat to my father to say, Daddy, we see you, we saw you, and now the world will know his legacy. So get ready for the legacy of Denroy Morgan as the artist.
Yes, your father created the path and the way for all the artists that came after. He was like a pioneer.
Yes.
True. It's true.
And he passed down his wisdom to you.
We're grateful for that.
And a lot of our audience members are up-and-coming music artists who are looking up to your accomplishments and your experiences and looking to learn from your experiences and everything. What is the best piece of advice you could give to an up-and-coming artist who might be watching this right now, who may be struggling with performance anxiety?
Well, you have to first believe in yourself and, eliminate doubt if this is what you want to do. Have that confidence. It's not going to be perfect every day. And we always say what makes a perfect world is the imperfections in it. So you have to accept when things don't go the way you think they should go. and maybe someone else is seeing something that you're not seeing and would advise you to do it this way, and you're open for criticism, you're open for change, but believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? 7 times fall, 7 times rise. You know what I mean? So just that confidence, it's number one. And put God before everything. You know what I mean? Because if it's Jah will, it's gonna happen. If you're not Jah will, you can't try till the sea turn over. It not gonna happen if it's not Jah will. So I always put Jah first and just have that faith there and love what you do.
And what is Morgan Heritage looking forward to the most for this tour that you're on?
Well, I think one of the things we love when we release new music is to see how people react to them on stage. Because records on stage for us have become like classics without them becoming commercially successful on radio and stuff like that. So we're looking forward to see which song from the Homeland that comes, you know, in a few weeks is gonna become the new classic for Morgan Heritage.
Beautiful. And where can we follow you guys on social media to keep up with your releases?
Well, for everything Morgan Heritage, go to morganheritagemusic.com or just follow the blue check. Morgan Heritage on all social media, Instagram at Morgan Heritage, Twitter at Morgan Heritage, and on Facebook at Morgan Heritage Music. So make sure y'all follow us. Is it Morgan Heritage Music on Twitter?
Morgan Heritage.
At Morgan Heritage. So just follow the blue check. That always helps.
And is there anything that you'd like to tell our viewers to look out for?
Pre-order the album.
Yes.
And when it's out, buy it. The Homeland.
Yes.
Go get it.
The Homeland. It's an exciting album. Thank you so much for having
I'm
us.
very eager to listen to it myself and to see all the music videos that you have coming out for these 21 tracks.
Yes.
It's gonna be crazy.
Can we give a shout out?
Absolutely.
We want to give a shout out to the one and only Frederick Morton. Brother, thank you for fighting for this platform for us. In front of you and behind you, we say you are a trailblazer when it comes to television, not only for the Caribbean community in the Caribbean, but the Caribbean community, diaspora, New York, Miami, DMV. Thank you in front of you and behind you for having this platform. It's been over 20 years and you're still pushing. Thank you. You've had a dream and you believe in it. So we just want to say thank you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing for Caribbean music.
And thank you, Morgan Heritage, for joining me today in studio. It was great to see you guys in the flesh.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
And for our audience watching at home, make sure that you download the Tempo Plus app so that you can watch their music videos as they're coming out anywhere, anytime, on any mobile device. There you go. Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Salute.
I'll see you next time.
Blessed Love Massive, this is Morgan Heritage. And know this, you are now watching Tempo.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell to get notifications for more things Tempo.